It was May 17th, 1944. Lieutenant Phil Adair, leading a flight of 4, courtesy P-40s, the infamous Burma Banshees. Planes screaming with sharp-toothed skull markings had a deadly agenda. Bomb Japanese ground targets. Adair gripped a stick, plunging his nose towards the sprawling, dense canopy of the Burma jungle. The scene below was a chaotic tapestry of green and fire. American-trained Chinese forces were locked in a desperate battle with the Japanese army. Sweat slicked Adair's back as the Banshees lined up, the less experienced pilots tucked in tight behind his lead. Japanese soldiers squinted skyward, shielding their eyes from the glare, just as the fierce skulls descended. Adair unleashed his payload, and the ground erupted. Bombs struck true, a fiery cascade that violently shook the earth beneath the enemy's feet. Pulling up sharply, his aircraft at a 45 angle, Adair looked up and saw the unthinkable. Japanese Zeros. His wingman was just beginning his bomb run. In Adair's own words, 3 flights of Zeros over. 15 of the men they had us bracketed, and had already started to peel off on us. They weren't coming after me. They were coming after my wingman and the other 2 guys. Bandits. 11 o'clock high. Adair roared into the radio. His wingman, the affectionately nicknamed Little Okie O'Connor, lacked Adair's deep well of experience. I called him and I said, "Little Okie, make sure you've got your tanks and your bombs off, and turn right into the clouds to get away from the Zeros." O'Connor instantly dropped his ordnance, but his external fuel tank was stuck. 4 enemy planes were already closing fast. He slammed a P-40 into a hard turn, evading the incoming fighters, and vanished into a cloud bank. A quick pause for the fight. Before we see if Adair can save Little Okie from the swarm of Zeros, take a second to support the channel. Like this video if you love these true stories of World War II heroics. Subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter of aerial warfare. And let me know in the comments what your favorite World War II aircraft is. The remaining Japanese fighters fanned out, locking on to the Americans still in the open, but Adair was already on the attack. He accelerated and turned into the same cloud bank, following O'Connor. When he burst out the other side, Little Okie was nowhere in sight. When I came out into the open again, I didn't spot any P-40SC, but I spotted a flight of 4 Zeros on the other side of this open clearing, and they were heading towards me. So I headed towards them, Adair recounted. Adair got the leader in his sights, waiting, then fired. Tracers snaked out, but the Zeros broke away just before entering lethal range. Adair ducked back into the cloud cover to lose the pursuit, but when he emerged again, the sky was still thick with enemy steel. Another flight of 4 Zeros came into view. I did the same thing with them. I headed towards them. In the first 3 they all broke to the left before they got in range. But the number 4 man didn't do that. He kept coming. Adair waited until he was certain. The instant he squeezed the trigger, the enemy plane simply disintegrated. I must have hit him dead center because the airplane just flew apart. Adair quickly plunged back into the safety of the clouds. He soon encountered another determined pilot. He kept coming and coming. I was shooting at him, and he was shooting at me. I could see tracers. And all of a sudden, the canopy got so big in my gun sight that I knew he was real close. The Zero shot right over Adair. As got so close he felt and heard the hump of the passing plane. As it went to be Adair, rolled inverted, spotting a bright, shiny green Zero below. Whoa, that's cool, he thought. Then, spotting another Zero at a lower altitude, Adair used his altitude advantage, expertly swinging in behind the Japanese Hayabusa Peregrine Falco. He caught the fighter with a deflection shot, watching the wing disintegrate, as the fuselage tumbled toward the rocks below. So I knew that that was 2 that I had shot down there. Adair was now alone, exposed, shot up, and running dangerously low on fuel. He turned north for home, only to be horrified by the sight of 5 more Zeros. Outnumbered and without the high ground, Adair had no choice but to run. The stick trembled as he desperately guided his wounded P-40 south. The Zeros closed fast, their tracers streaking past his cockpit. He threw his plane into a last resort defensive blur, twisting and rising, fighting to shake them off. He spotted a massive, rock-strewn cloud bank salvation laced with danger. Against all odds, he dove toward it. With skill and luck, Adair missed the rocks and emerged on the other side, heading back north into clear skies. "Bambutu, come in," he called. "O'Connor, do you copy?" I thought I had, for the first time, lost all of my flight, and I was the only one left. I didn't feel too good about myself, Adair recalled, a cold numbness setting in as he limped toward Nagago. Then, through the haze, a familiar red-nosed P-40 appeared. "Little Okie." O'Connor was battered a ragged hole where a 20mm shell tore the canopy, blood soaking his flight suit and dead instruments. But he was flying. Then, the radio crackled. "Bamboo leader, this is Bamboo 3. Do you read?" It was Tom Rogers, circling above Sadia, his plane too wounded to attempt a solo landing. Adair looked at O'Connor, then at the fuel gauge. The diversion would cost precious time and fuel, but he couldn't leave a friend. The two Banshees turned toward Rogers. They found Rogers' P-40's wings and fuselage peppered with holes, and his landing gear tires completely flat. Adair guided them both in, pulling up at the last minute to circle and watch both of his friends touch down safely before landing himself. 4 men flew out, and 4 men flew home. Martineza had also made it back, unscathed. Rogers' plane had counted 123 bullet hits. Adair raced to O'Connor's broken P-40. He was pretty badly hurt. He survived, but he died several years later from the wounds on his left side, where that cannon shell went off. Despite O'Connor's tragic fate years later, the mission was a testament to courage. That Adair is some pilot. Did you hear about the time when he turned upside down to make it home? Don't bail out yet. If this story of the Burma Banshees blew you away, don't forget to show your support. Like this video to salute the incredible bravery of Phil Adair. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a true story from history's most legendary pilots. Comment below. What was the most astonishing detail of Adair's dogfight?